Is my microphone on? It is on. Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. Let me close my window real quick. Good afternoon, Little Lane. Good afternoon, Little Lane. Good afternoon. Uh, beef sector content, right? Beef sector commentary. Hey, Candy Cane. Good to know I see somebody in here. Good to know. Good to see you. Happy Saturday. Uh, you know, beef sector commentary. I ain't been giving too much beef sector commentary. And I hate to have to come on such a topic, but hey, I was sitting here working on. Hey, Renee, and Champ here too, Renee. Champ, Renee gonna tell you hey in a minute. Rock, come see. Auntie Renee say hey. you know, um, Welcome to Lit Lane. I am Demetri Lit All Day, Demetri Lit All Day channel. This is Lit Lane. Hey, Dobie, happy Saturday to you. I was sitting here working diligently on my trial watch content and doing my research and working on something and as always I peep in here and there to see what's going on, and I had dropped it over to Creole Butterflies channel. Her and Jason Reed, my book was up there, and I had missed most of the live as normal. I missed most everything, but I heard at the end, "Hey, Mather Edwards, replay." No, this is live. I didn't have any. That's what I'm going to say now, Renee. I didn't know what was going on, and they was actually talking Creole Butterfly, and Just Read My Book was actually talking about something different. But towards her closing out her live, you know how you sum up your live, right? And so, Renee, she said, "Hey." I mean, not Emanate. Champ, Emanate say hey. So as she was wrapping up her live, Creole Butterfly, she made mention to, she said something about, I'm paraphrasing. She said something, don't forget to like this video, you guys. Thank you. She said something to the effect of, if someone's giving content, don't support the things you don't support. Something like that. And at that moment, I say, I wonder what she's talking about, what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't support what I don't support. So therefore, I be lost a lot of times around here. My home, Lit Lane, my street, Lit Lane, just happens to have been built and established in the beef sector. I don't partake in about 85% of the goings on no more. I have totally just disconnected. It is what it is. I ain't crying about it. I ain't whining about it. It just is what it is. And when I am tuned in, I tuned in. So I left there, and I saw Duchess Kelly Love had did a live. And it said, "Say what now, Briiiine?" Now, mind you, I had gotten notifications today with Talk With Me with Briiiine, what have you. But, I don't too much be going to peep over there, so I just got the notification. So I'm like, I see a lot of other shit. Just keep on doing what I'm doing. But then Jay Wilson came live again, and that's when, no problem, Mather, I'm glad you're here. That's when I started getting, okay, what's going on? So apparently, Briiiine, hey, Winter, POP Holman, down. Happy Saturday. Apparently, Briiiine made a live addressing Lady Nyca. We know that Lady Nyca, our condolences, my condolences go out to Lady Nyca regarding the recent passing, very recent passing of her sister. And I gave my condolences there on my wall. I thought about doing a video, but I didn't do a video addressing Lady Nyca and giving my condolences in that manner. I did it on my wall because I didn't want to make the passing of her sister my beef sector commentary. Right? Even if it wasn't for that purpose, even if it wasn't for that motive, I hadn't even been given too much sector commentary. And I didn't want to make that situation my commentary. If you get it, you get it, right? So Briiiine made a live, and I heard way of it by Jay Wilson, him giving his commentary. Y'all can check that out. But this is my commentary. So I go check out Briiine's commentary and video. He made this video 12 hours ago, yesterday. It says the title, and it has like a pumpkin, a rooster, a chicken, a salad, a purple heart, a red shoe, a pumpkin. And it say, Lady Nyca, I hate to do this, but isn't it ironic? And in this video that Briiiine makes, he's pretty much no holds barred. He's pretty much no holds barred. What's up, CC? Good to see you. He's pretty much no holds barred. He's pretty much unapologetic. And he's addressing Lady Nyca directly. He's literally talking first person to Lady Nyca and saying, some what I would call despicable things, what most people would call despicable things. Whereas he makes reference to being, as though like her sister died is almost like his get back. Strange, right? Hey, Ronnie Q. His get back to how he was made to feel when he feels he was wronged, when he feels that his mother and her passing was made a mockery of, with him feeling that Lady Nyca played a part in that. His grievance seems to come from, and he says his grievance stems from, hey, honestly, thank you for joining. Y'all hit the like, okay? His grievance comes from the first Halloween challenge. And for the life of me, y'all, I must didn't participate in that Halloween challenge, the very first one, because I just don't recall it. I don't remember, right? Who knows what I don't know. What's up, the BeefSector podcast? It was 1 year in between my Lucy and in between my Queen of Hearts and Jessica Rabbit last year. I didn't participate, and that was a year when I was going through, like, I had really hit my rock bottom. I didn't do a lot of holidays that year. Right? So I cannot for the life of me remember even seeing it, participating. I know I didn't participate, but it's not about me. So, what's up, Red Vine? Did I say that? So, Briiiine says that doing, hey, Miss Alfreda. Hey, Foot Soldier. Let me let everybody get in here. So Briiiine states that during Lady Nyca's first Halloween challenge, Lady Nyca played a part as far as allowing Duchess Kelly Love to come up as the ghost of Chicken Salad Pass, as the ghost of Red Shoes Pass, basically making a mockery of Briiiine and the passing of his mother. Y'all know the long-standing joke around here, the long-standing drag around here, the long-standing way to get at Briiiine is to make mockery of his mother, to make mockery of his mother passing, to make the jokes and do the drags and roasting about his mom. I don't remember Gemini 75. Hey, Black Girls Code. Hey, Gemini 75. I don't remember. Now, do I remember a lot of different red shoes, a lot of different drags, a lot of different roasts? Yes, absolutely. It's like, boom, the go-to thing. Just like most of us in this sector have our go-tos. You're going to call me a drunk. You're going to call me you're going to call Pizarro in the car and projects and on food stamps. You're going to say Brianna fat. You're going to say Lady Nyca talk like a slave. You're going to say DKL live in the basement. You're going to say Jay Wilson is we all got okay. Hey, Bird. So as I'm sitting there listening to Briiine's video, right? I'm sitting there listening to Briiine's video, and he's very As he's saying these things, like pretty much, ha ha, your sister died, ha ha, how you feel now? I remember when you did this, how you think that made me feel? I hope you feel what I felt. Fuck your sister. Hey, Leo. Now, this is my commentary right here, why I came on, right? I came on to give my commentary because did I find the things he was saying to Lady Nyca? Do I find the timing of what him doing that to Lady Nyca? Do I find it absolutely reprehensible? Do I find it disgusting? Do I find it just like unnecessary? Absolutely. Absolutely. Would I do it? No. I didn't even come on here to say my condolences and make a video because I didn't want to make somebody that's passing my content in the beef sector when I ain't even been giving beef sector commentary. But I'm Demetra. I'm not Briiiine. I'm not Briiiine. Am I okay with? Am I about to excuse what Briiiine did? Absolutely not. But Briiiine has the right to come on here and conduct himself however he wants to. However he wants to. Briiiine have a right to his feelings. Is he showing a lack of emotional intelligence? Yes. Yes. But when you know what I'm saying, I'm not defending Briiiine. If people want to think I'm defending Briiiine, I'm not. I care for Lady Nyca. But as I sat there and listened to him, as even though I was not pleased with it, I can also, he literally was being accountable. He literally said, I know this distasteful. I know this bad timing. I know this real ugly of me. He literally said he ran it through his conscience. His conscience told him don't do it, but oh well, he can't help it. This how he feel, and this what he chose to do. He made a conscious decision to come out here and spew what he was spewing, even though he know that wasn't the best thing to do. Even though his conscience was telling him and whipping in his mind and telling him it wasn't right. Oh well, it's another part of him that felt like the hurt that he felt. And that part of him was bigger and pushing him louder and more. And guess what? That part right there, I understood. That part right there, I understood. It may look different. It may be in different situations. But it has been times on this platform when I didn't act it in a way that went against what I believed, what I stood for, what I thought was best, what I knew wasn't right. It's been times when I came on here and did shit that I knew wasn't right. My conscience, my spirit told me, do not do that. But it's something else pushed me and said, fuck all that, I'm going to do it anyway. And guess who's going to have to deal with that? Briiiine. Hey, Linda G. Ain't nobody gonna have to deal with that but Briiiine. Did I say, hey, Robert? However he deal with it. And guess what the sector gonna do with it? The sector gonna sit and make commentary, content, and everything else. And you know what? Part of me said, do not make this content, because guess what? But I say, you know what, Demetra, no. I will come and make content on this particular thing. And I'm gonna talk about the fact that, some of the things, Briiiine, this obviously, I'm not in the business of over explaining some shit. I'm consistent enough where I don't feel it necessary to do that. So I'm not going to give all these disclaimers about I care about Lady Nyca. Duh, that goes without saying. Duh. So I don't have to do all that. Briiiine, I'm not a big fan of Briiiine, period. But when I look at it like, in a humanistic type of way, and when I look at how things really go down in this beef sector, because guess what? No matter what, we always in this virtual community that we dwell in, the beef sector. I'm very realistic about that, right? What's up, Jill Comfort Zone? I'm very realistic about that. And Briiiine doing what he did, it ain't the first time somebody did some despicable shit. It ain't gonna be the last time somebody do some despicable shit. And guess what the beef sector gonna do? We gonna get out. We gonna. Some of us gonna think of, like me. I'm gonna think about how I feel about it. How do I feel about it? What do I think about this? How it make me feel? Can I relate? Why can't I relate? That's how I do. And that's literally as I was sitting there listening to his commentary. Right? What's up, Brooklyn Beauty 718? What's up, Money and Power? You know, I can remember, you know, that boy is would Lady Nyca come out and just do him like that? I don't believe so. But him and his reasoning and him feeling how he felt during that first Halloween challenge when Briiiine saying that Lady Nyca let Duchess come up and be the ghost of red shoes past, chicken salad past, obviously he ain't never forgot how it made him feel. We are real human feelings. Am I saying that Lady Nyca deserve that? Hell no. No. Duh. What's up, Silky Black? Of course she don't deserve that. But everybody not gonna think about that. People do a lot of shit on here, and it depends on who your faves, right? It depends on who you like. On what you gonna have an outcry about. Who you gonna root for. Who you gonna shun. How loud the outrage gonna be. My personal feelings is, yeah, it's very distasteful. Yeah, it's very unnecessary. Yeah, it's very, you know. But guess what? Who am I to take away how Briiiine feel? Because guess what? When I heard Briiiine talking about it and stuff like that, it's been a lot of times when people that reach for his mama and shit like that, you know, and I've been like, God damn. I can't, honestly, as I sit right here giving this commentary, I promise to goodness, I cannot remember, I cannot honestly sit here and say whether I have ever reached for his mama. I don't think I have. I don't think I have. Cause I just don't see what is necessary. I know I found it distasteful. I know I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me. Me and Briiiine ain't never really fought that hard and down and dirty. We had one, maybe two kerfuffles. He dragged me, I dragged his fat ass. He say something about me, I say something about him. And last time we had a beef, I was telling him to pull up and let's fight. Because he in Houston. That's what I remember. But I can't sit here with no 100% certainty and say I ain't reached or I ain't threw out a shoe or something. I don't think I have. I don't think I have. I don't think I have. But I can't be 100% positive. And guess who the only person who can know for certain? Briiiine. You know why? Because people never forget how you make you feel. You know? I heard Jay Wilson, and Jay Wilson was absolutely correct in a lot of his summations and his perspectives, you know, but at the same, and about holding on to things, and that's one thing right there that made me go look and see Briiiine video, because Jay Wilson was saying about, well, Briiiine be holding grudges and things, which I think he do, right? And I don't, you know, a lot of time I look at stuff and then I look at it and turn it at me, right? And I'm very self-reflective. Like, I think about what do I do? Do I hold grudges? Do I, you know, and I try hard not to hold grudges, like where I hate somebody. But man, there's some things that's on here that happened to me on here and people didn't say it to me on here or did to me on here, you know what I'm saying, that I'll never, ever, ever, ever forget how it made me feel. I'll never forget how it made me feel. And do I sit around here just like do I sit and wait to get my lick back? No. Do I sit in the cut and wish for people's demise? I can honestly say no, I don't. I can honestly, with a clear conscience, say no, I don't do that. But I can think of a couple of times. Honestly, when things have happened and situations have occurred with people, and even though I ain't sat around waiting for no lick back, even if I ain't came on here and said nah 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 boo boo and all that type of shit, I can honestly say, I mean gut level honest, it's been a couple of times where I've been like, good for your motherfucking ass. I have. And the reason why I didn't come on here and maybe say nothing like that, because I like to be a better person. I know it's distasteful. I know it's unnecessary. I know God don't like ugly. So I can't just sit there and act all aghast. That's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to act all aghast. Oh my God, how can he do that? Oh my God, he's so fucking terrible and horrible. Oh my God. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Me not doing that don't mean in any type of way at all that is somewhat discounting. Thank you for the cash app that is discounting Lady Nyca feelings. That is taking away my concern for her and my prayers for her and my condolences for her. None of that gets taken away from. I can actually, in some accounts, have two different type of emotional beings, feelings about things. I know how to compartmentalize, right? Lady Nyca and what she going through, her feelings and all that, and her death and her family, and my feelings for her, my compassion for her, my empathy for her is absolutely solid. But am I going to just straight out condemn Briiiine? No. Right? I'm not sitting out here cheerleading him. No. I'm not saying go, 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 do it, or it was the best thing to do, the right thing to do. No. But I know in this area that we live in and that we dwell in over here virtually, our community, the beef sector, unfortunately, this the type of shit here, it used to happen a whole lot more often. So, however disgusting it may, let me read some of y'all comments. Y'all making some good comments here. Let me see. Let me read. So that's how I feel about it. You know, I wouldn't do it. I haven't. Today as I stand and I live and breathe, I wouldn't do it. I can't imagine doing it. But I can remember sitting on here years ago and swearing up and down that I was never going to dox nobody. I can remember sitting on here swearing up and down years ago that I wasn't going to never drag nobody motherfucking kids. Okay? And do I make those things a normal, everyday go-to practice? No. Have I done it since some time in past? Yes. Do I feel just the same way I felt years ago when I said I never would do it. I thought it was nasty, despicable that you didn't have to go that far. I feel like I know how to use my words better than that. And guess what? Over the course of time, I still didn't done those things. I did it with a consciousness. With my conscience, I actually have a conscience that I listen to. What's up, Vibrant? What's up? Somebody else came in here. It's somebody who I did not say hello to. And Lavon. Hey, you know, and I tell y'all, I believe in karma. You know, as I'm sitting right here now, I'm still missing this goddamn tooth in front of my mouth, which is about to get fixed. Most definitely, I'm going to the dentist Monday. Okay. But I promise y'all, I believe in karma. And I'm telling y'all, when y'all think I be kidding and playing and shit, I really feel like because of me and how I was talking to and doing and dragging motherfucking Reed, I really feel like that's why my tooth came out of my motherfucking mouth. And that's why I said what I said about, guess what? Ain't nobody gonna have to suffer the fallout from this, really truthfully, but Briiiine. Because you know what? One thing that Briiiine said a couple of times in that live he did, that I'm speaking of. A couple of times, Briiiine literally, in his life, addressed the fact that his conscience told him don't do that. That he was very aware that what he was doing was wrong. That he was very aware that what he was doing was ugly. And I'm a living witness. When you very aware of those things, it's one thing to not be aware. It's one thing not to have no conscience. It's one thing to just don't know no better. But when you know better and you don't do better, the only person that's going to suffer from that is you. And trust and believe, Briiiine going to absolutely feel this. Whether he come out here and say it, don't come out here and say it, he ain't going to get no rest from it. When you believe in karma like that, you look for it. When you believe in something, you look for it. So when you know you're doing something wrong, you're going to look for the penance for that. You're going to look for the punishment of that. You're going to look for the consequence of that. And when you look for it, you're going to find it, you're going to see it. You know, I wanted to come out here and say something about it because this is like one of them type of deals. This is like something that I come out and I talk about stuff like this. I always have. And I hate it, but like I always say, with the beef sector, the one good thing with the beef sector, right, for me, my experience, is that in this beef sector, you literally get faced with different things, issues, topics, actions, right, where for me, you get to really take a look at yourself and where you stand. I get to look at how I feel about this. What do I think about this? Would I do it like this? How do I see things? Can I see both sides of it? Because nothing is just one-sided. Do it make it okay? No. Do it make it tasteful? No. No. You know? Hurt people hurt people. And that's a fact. Hurt people hurt people. Don't make it right, but it's true. And you never know how people feel, and you can't say when people supposed to forget. And you know, I wasn't there. I can't speak about what happened at that first Halloween thing. Right to be told. That's who it was too. LaVon and Right to be told. Right to be told came up in here and said, I don't think you either was here. Cause I remember stuff. I don't have any memory of that. And if I didn't participate, I wasn't nowhere around. And CC, y'all are responsible for what goes on your house, y'all platform. Right, exactly. And I think what you're speaking to is when Duchess Kelly Love came up there, and was Lady Nyca responsible for letting them do it? Should Lady Nyca not have let him do it? You know, that's a couple of years ago. But guess what? We get the fallout from what happened on our platforms. Lady Nyca, a big girl. She ain't going to appreciate this, and she going to deal with it or not deal with it. Trust and believe she heard of it. And she will deal with it accordingly. Right? So however disgusting it may be, would it be fair to say what was done to him was his karma due to the fact that he has gone to the pits of hell on people prior to his loss for no reason a lot of times? Absolutely. Right. Winter said that. Like, Winter, that's a good point. What about what Briiiine was doing and saying before his mama became the joke? Before his mama became the drag? You know, maybe if he hadn't done a lot of the things in the manner that he got down with stuff, you know, people do. Now, one thing in this sector, people do kind of keep it on the same level. I ain't gonna lie. Most people, in my experience on here, hey, Room Shaker, in my experience over these last 5, going on 6 years, my experience around here is that most people play on the same levels, right? And that has been my experience, right? The doxers dox the people that dox. That's how it used to be, right? The people that go real low and nasty do that with the people that go real low and nasty. Right? People normally fuck with the people on the same type of levels. That's how it used to be. But shit didn't change so goddamn much. Shit didn't change so goddamn much that it's no telling, it's no rhyme or reason to shit no more. Right? Miss Alfreda say, I don't think anything is too low down for some of the beef sector participants. Absolutely. We didn't see the most despicable shit around here to go down. It has really gotten very, 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 very tame. Somebody made mention of how they did Tracy and her mama pictures. This shit is not brand new, right? It's not brand new. That's why I'm not finna sit up here with no fake outrage and all that type of shit. And I think I would have probably had a different type of response to Briiiine Live had he not been so cognizant of what he was doing, right? And it's a certain level of not respect at all, but what's the word I want to use? I can have a level of appreciation for his accountability. That's what I'm gonna say, right? I have a certain level of appreciation for him being accountable. I can have a level of even respect for the fact that he can say honestly and straight up, even at the beginning, I know I'm going to do something. I know it's not the right thing to do. I know it's not the best thing to do, but I don't care. This how I feel. I didn't weighed it through my mind. I didn't looked at it. I didn't thought about it because I didn't been there. I didn't had moments in this motherfucking sector where I didn't sat there and went back and forth with myself because I have a conscious understanding of right and motherfucking wrong. I operate out of that. Right? And I know it's been times where I just sat here and said, and before I hit live, I done went back and forth with myself. It's been sometimes I made it through and did the right motherfucking thing. What I thought was right. It's been sometimes I didn't do the right thing. It's been a lot of times y'all didn't see it on Lit Lane. Hey, Genesis, a lot of times I didn't came on here with my mind and my intentions to do the wrong goddamn thing and get convicted as I go and have to back up. Okay? Let me ask you a question to make sure. When you are in the Halloween contest, does Lady Nyca know who you were going to be dressed up prior to bringing you up? No. And that's why I just feel like when people consistent about what they do and how they do it, even if you wasn't there, you can get a good idea of how it went, right? So I'ma just say this. I don't remember being there at all. But I can definitely, because of Nyca's consistency with being who she is and how she operates, I can only imagine that situation happened, that DKL came up. He did what he did. Lady Nyca, at that moment, felt it, saw it, knew it was aimed at Briiiine. Let it play out for a second, and then tried to move on to the next right thing. I wasn't there. But to me, that's how I see Lady Nyca having handled that. Because it is the beef sector. It is her show. You don't know what people going to be. Who they going to be. Oh, yeah, I done done reverses. I did a reverse the other day, Lavon, but I sat up here for an hour and a half the other morning, right? Dragging and titled my video Crackhead Activities because I wanted to drag the dog shit and commence the dragging goddamn nest about her being a crackhead. Okay. And I did that whole live, did what I wanted to do, and at the end of my live, I promise y'all, at the end of my live, oh my God, with me talking about the drugs and stuff like that, something hit me in my spirit where I started saying, but on the real, this girl need to be really careful. And then I started feeling bad. Then I started feeling not bad for what I did, but bad for the situation, right? And I can hear it in my voice. And I ended that live. I had a good time roasting and dragging this. But then the reality of the situation, the reality of the addiction, The reality of the addiction and what it make you do and how you can get in a perilous situation, that shit hit me. And I left out feeling different than how the fuck I felt going in. Well, they said it was DKL, Jill. I said, hey, NYW, happy Saturday. You know. Well, people always topping stuff. You know, Jay Dunn, people don't talk about Jay Dunn in the past and her mother as much as they used to. But Jay Dunn caught hell on here about her mama and her situation. People catch hell on here all the time about different stuff. This is the beef sector where we playing each other's trauma. I said some shit on my wall a week or so ago, and I still left it up there, and I didn't feel bad at the moment. But at the moment when I was typing that nasty shit to BS, I knew it was nasty. I knew I don't normally play in her goddamn trauma. But at that moment in time, how I was feeling about that girl, I felt that's what I felt. And I weighed the consequence. I weighed it, and I decided to still type it, and I didn't take it down. But did I take my? Let me tell you, one of my little laners came under my one of my supporters for real came under my comments, and she didn't tell me, Demetri, you wrong for that. But she was like, well, damn, Demetri. That's all she had to say. Well, damn, Demetri. And when I read that comment, I knew exactly what she was saying. But like, damn, did you really have to do all that? Really? Really? I was saying that I didn't know he went on Lady Nyca's panel as Briiine's mom at the time it was going on. May she rest in peace. I wasn't there. But let me tell you something. It definitely affected Briiiine. And maybe Briiiine taking it on the wrong person. I would think that the person who would really get that work would be motherfucking DKL. DKL, the one who dressed up at his mama. Why Lady Nyca getting it like that? You know, Briiiine, absolutely. I'm not up here defending for Briiiine. I don't even watch Briiiine like that no more. Me and Briiiine don't see it for each other. Me and Briiiine don't see it for each other because I don't even know why. I don't know for the life of me. I think he was over there saying some stupid ass shit about me, and I wasn't even fucking with him and hadn't been fucking with him. I don't remember, and I don't give a fuck. Because you gotta, I say, I might not remember exactly what you said, but I can remember how it made me feel. And something about whatever with Briiiine made me say, fuck him. It's just that simple for me. Hey, Dr. Soapy, death makes you hard to want. Wait. Death makes you hard to one's feelings. You become numb to others' feelings. Well, I would hope not, Dr. Soapy. I would hope not. You know, I would hope not. You know, I don't want to think because how I deal with something that is gonna make me numb to everybody else's experience. I would hope that I would stay compassionate. I would hope that I would still have empathy. I would hope that I could remember how I felt and send my prayers. But you know, I get what you're saying, but I would hope not. That'd be a sad state of the union. You know, and in this sector, regardless of what they try to act like, this sector is full of goddamn 20-somethings and 30-somethings. That's absolutely not true. I know it to be made of, in the analytics, of 40s, 50s, and 60-year-old people. As a vast majority in that age group. Okay? And at that age, we didn't experience deaths, and guess what? We're going to experience more death. I hope, you know, and what I see is people being more compassionate with each other. Ronnie Q say, let me see. Ronnie Q, let's keep it a buck. Briiiine has kissed all up DKL's ass after that Halloween show. He just decided to be nasty about Nyca's experience. Right. But that's what, hey, let's keep it a buck. Let's call a thing a thing. Let's call a thing, and I appreciate that, Ronnie Q, because I'm telling you, some stuff I just don't. I've been turned Toon Briiiine out. I can't remember the last time I watched motherfucking DKL. Okay. And I still support Lady Nyca, but I support Lady Nyca off the strength of the fact that I support Lady Nyca. But when I say this, it's just the facts of my experience. My experience is like around last year or so, right? When I got really sick and tired of being sick and tired of the way that the sector was going. Remember when I was talking about the gag sector and the network and all that type of shit? I got really, really tired of that. I got really tired of it. And I got really tired of it to the point that I disconnected. Right? And what I mean by that is, like, it's some places that I would go, I'll still go and show my support, but I just wouldn't be up in there. I can't tell, it used to be a time with Lady Nyca, that I knew everything that was going on with every live. It hadn't been that way in maybe almost 2 years. Where I know everything going on with every live. I know all Lady Nyca's storylines. She still support me, I still support her. But that shift that came in, that change. So I can't tell you, like, I don't even know. I could have sworn that I saw Briiiine at some point in the last year on Lady Nyca panel. Oh, okay, Dr. Soapy, I get what you're saying. I could have sworn. So I wouldn't have known that he was still holding the animosity. I didn't know that they was at a state and place and time. But guess what? Even if they wasn't in a state, place, and time, apparently this situation, Halloween, he didn't got triggered, and everything is about the fact that he remember when they did with his mama. You gotta remember, I ain't come up here to excuse Briiiine and his actions. Okay? At all. I came on here to say my commentary on me looking at it from the only perspective I can, mine. Right? And, I can just, I just see it as it's not okay, but when we all do shit that's okay on here. Cause I know it's going to be a lot of outrage. And I ain't going to say fake outrage. People can be genuinely outraged. Who am I to say who fake about what and how fake about what? But what I do know is that, shit like this happened in the sector, unfortunately. What I do know is that a lot of people going to weigh in. I'm weighing in. And you're going to get all different sides of the spectrum, right? And this is my side. This is my side. My side is that hurt people. Is it okay? Nope. Would I do it? I certainly hope not. Everything is not about him. Nope. But guess what? Everything not about him. But what about this part, Ronnie Q? To him, everything about him. We see that. We get that. But that's his response, like it or not, to the situation at hand. Would Demetria do it? No. Is Ronnie Q gonna do it? No. But Briiiine did. I can't take away that way that boy feel. I can't. And then sit here and act like he don't got his feelings wasn't. To me, I can't take away his feel, and I'm damn sure ain't gonna act like it's okay, and no, I'm not cheering it on, or no, I'm not gonna support it and say he right, or none of that shit. And I'm not gonna make excuses for him and pat him on his ass either. But another thing I'm not gonna do is that I cannot invalidate his feelings. I can't. Because I heard his feelings in that. Whether they be wrong, right, whatever. I'm not, hey. But I do understand, and I can be real with myself and say, I can just relate to the fact of doing things sometimes that I knew wasn't right, and I did it anyway, right? Because that feeling, that get back, that feeling of fuck you, that feeling of I'm going to get your ass was stronger than that feeling I had telling me it wasn't right. When I came out here and dragged goddamn Briiiine kids, I knew that wasn't right. But my feeling about wanting to get my get back at her, my feeling of wanting to fight with her to the bitter end was stronger than my morals at that moment. I failed. I failed the test. That's the part with Briiiine I can relate to, I guess, right? I think that's really a part of it that I really could relate to. And it's not like saying it's okay, but I just know that that's a long, hard road to hoe. You know what I'm saying? And I know that on the other side, the flip side of it for Demetra is that I have felt what come after that. I can't speak for Briiiine. Briiiine may not go through the same thing I go through. You know what I'm saying? But I know I done been spiritually whipped up and down when I ain't done the wrong goddamn thing. And I knew it. And I did it anyway. I knew it. I felt it. You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all see I done been quiet, real quiet about Reed, right? I know she's still over there on that channel, right? But I know I get to an ugly level with Reed. You know, it's some people I just can't deal with because I know I get real nasty, real ugly, and I do shit and say shit that I don't like. So I have to make a decision just to leave it the fuck alone. Leave it alone. That's why a lot of times I do not watch Ness. I do not give commentary on a regular basis on Steincock Ness. Because Ness, I have a tendency to be very, 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 very nasty with Ness. Very ugly with Ness. I have real feelings of ill will towards Ness. And I don't like what it brings out of me. What's up, Ava? And because I don't like what it brings out of me, I don't sit and watch her to come and do that shit that I know I'm going to do. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So, I ain't gonna just keep rambling on and on and on. I thank y'all for coming through. I hope y'all hit the like, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually working on my trial content, but this was something I actually had an opinion, and it brought up feelings for me, right? It brought feelings up with me. It made me think of things. It made me think of my actions. It made me think it made me sad it even made me think about like when my uncle died, right? When my uncle died, in the compassion, in the condolences, and the prayers I got from people in the sector, right? And I was real grateful that nobody really sought out to try to hurt me in those times. You know, so that's why I came out. You know, I'm gonna always come out and talk about something. I ain't gonna just let it sit on me and just weigh me down or make me feel a certain, you know, I'm gonna get it out. Because guess what? One thing about the beef sector, love it, like it, don't like it, we all stay around here. We get an opportunity to really weigh in on things. And everybody has a voice. Period. Everybody. Briiiine too. And Lady Nyca too. And the Lady Nyca supporters too. And Lady Nyca's absence from being on here right now, she gonna get a lot of support and people gonna swing. Briiiine about to get that work out here. He gonna get that work in Lady Nyca's absence. From everywhere he supposed to get it from. I know good and well that his conscience gonna put that work in on his ass. Okay? Alright, so I'm about to get off of here, you guys. Y'all, you know what's so weird? I just got my costume in. My Halloween costume. I just got the last part of my costume in the mail like a couple of hours ago. And hey, newbie. Thank you for the gift of membership. Good to see you over here on this lane, Newbieology. Oh, good. I'm glad Ronnie Q got that membership. That membership went to the right person. Shit. But I got my costume in the fact of Lady Nyca's sister passing and her having to cancel her thing. Not just for me, but it's just a sad situation where something that's. Thank you for being a member for 11 months. I wonder why my stuff not popping up. It's gonna pop up. My stuff should be popping up. My alerts. Let me let it pop up. But I ain't gonna. It made me think of Lady Nyca even before I even heard about this Briiiine thing. And I got my costume. It's sitting right there on my bed. And normally I would go throw it on and try it on and do all that kind of stuff. I didn't even feel it like to go do that. You know what I'm saying? Cause what's supposed to be a good thing is a sad thing. You know. But y'all, anyway, y'all have a good Saturday, and y'all voice y'all opinions, and y'all show y'all support and love, and do y'all thing out here in the streets. So I am, let me see. All my stuff didn't come up, so let me push it. And I don't know why these ugly alerts coming up. My pretty one's supposed to come up. I don't know what happened. Child, thank you for being a member for all this time and support me, NYW. Thank you, Nubiology, for buying the membership. And thank y'all for supporting me. I'm finna go ahead and end because I feel like I'm just going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Y'all have a good evening. If y'all see me again, it's going to be on my true crime, y'all. All right. Bye-bye. Okay, they say I'll be hanging up on people. On this thing here, I got to count to 10, then hang up. Y'all have a good day. Wait a minute. Lemon and Lolo are doing the contest. Oh, it's still a contest? Good, because I got my costume, y'all. Okay? And y'all know already I'm going to fuck it up. Fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up. Okay? I can't.